Warning, the following is intended for immature adult audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another unedited, unfiltered, worldwide dump and skate podcast, or in Holland's case, a dump before the game podcast. The number one hockey podcast in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area, Pooler, Georgia area, and the Hayden, Alabama area, and the countries of Israel, Colombia, and Canada. Shout out to Corey, my favorite baloney pony droney homie. We are the Hockey Dynamic Dumpers, or as some haters call us, the 69er Couple Podcast. I'm the podcast scheduler, social media content creator, official video and audio editor, the broken, old, and decrepit bender, the ball buster, the one that benders feel comfortable enough to start the game running their mouths to me when I don't even know you guys exist. I am the admin's bitch. Jeremy, if it's okay with the other team, you can sub, but you have to ask. Then our sub doesn't ask and still plays with us, Abdu. With me, giggling, as always, the man that makes this podcast possible. The only producer that doesn't do any editing because he doesn't have all the time in the world to edit Abdu's blind squirrel moments. The talent of the podcast. The guy I have to nag to upload podcasts for you, the listeners. The guy that won't hesitate to help out family or friends in need. The friend and brother that will always have your back on and off the ice. The very hard-working family man, Jeremy, the equipment manager, Hollinsworth.
It's like you just caught like a really old dig and like a really fresh new dig. That's
Right.
good. That's the way to go. That was a lot of good connecting the dots. Oh man, that's good. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors? Welcome in to your favorite beer league podcast, the Dump and Skate podcast. We are super excited to be back with you guys. Holidays had us on a little bit of a hiatus. You would think that since we had time off of work and things like that, that we would have had more time to shoot podcast, but apparently nothing could be farther from the truth, as every time we tried to schedule one, something usually on my end got in the way. Although you were sick for a little
I was
bit, so
sick.
that
I'll take
kind of
heat.
gummed up the works.
We had one.
No heat. I mean, nothing you can do about getting sick. So, but yeah, let's talk about subs for just a second here, because that one, you kind of snuck that one in there. And so I'm not going to use names, but our league has a sub rule. All right. So you were allowed to get a maximum of 2 subs, but you're only allowed to get those once you fall below the player threshold of 10 players. So let's say our team is going to play tonight. We've only got 9 skaters, so we can get 1 sub.
And
to
that's
get
exactly
back to
happening
that
tonight.
Number 10. All right. So are we borrowing 1 player?
Yeah, we're getting Johnny Mecca High.
McEnroe. All right. I don't even know his real last name now. Sorry, John, because you've butchered it so much. That's like Luber.
Mechalandra.
It's like your boy Luber from 40 Plus.
Wait, time out.
It's not Luber.
So that's not his name. Don't do that to me, because I don't.
No.
It is Luber. You're just doing that to me.
It's not. It's Libor.
Lieber. Yeah, Luber.
Not Lieber. Luber. Stupid. Oh my gosh. Anyways, all right. So, yeah. So those are our rules. Now, one of the things we put in place was first season, I think, we had teams that if your team had 12 guys, they felt like they needed to get subs to stay at 12. And so there weren't not everybody did that. Most people kind of lived by this unwritten rule we had when we first opened the league up 2-3 years ago, where, hey, 10 guys, like if you don't have guys, you can kind of get a few subs to get back up to 10 so that you got 2 full lines, but you don't need to be getting a whole bunch of guys and, have like 6 subs that gets you to this 13-man roster and just a mess. So, but we had one team that kind of regularly violated that. So we had to put this in place after the very first season. Said, hey, look, here's the deal. If you can't go get subs until you fall below 10 players on a given night, and you can't get more than 2 subs, and you can't get subs and get back over the number of 10. So if we've only got 9 guys coming, you can only get 1 sub to get back to 10, 2 full line. again, I'm over explaining this. I feel like because I feel like I have to over explain a lot of things to guys down here sometimes. I know a lot of our Chicago listeners are like, "Hey, dude, this is really common sense."
You
I
would
know
think. You
you
would
would think
think.
this shouldn't be this difficult. Okay, so I'm belaboring the point here. So last, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, we were playing in a 40. Was it a 40 and over division? Do you remember what it was?
I don't even know because
I
the
don't even know
sub.
either. Yeah.
It's
So
irrelevant to the
they
story.
were totally irrelevant. We were at, I don't know. We had already picked up one sub. Did we have any
We had
subs? Do you
two. We
remember?
had
We had two
Andy and
subs.
John, our regulars, our regular sub. Should have got them jerseys.
So we had two subs playing with us, and we had a third guy who said, "Hey, can I sub with you guys? Do you need subs?" He came to me first, and I said, "We've already got 10. You'd make 11. You need to check with the other team." Unbeknownst to me, he came to you and asked the same question. "Hey, would you mind if I subbed with you guys?" And you said, same thing. "Hey, we already have 2. You would make 11. You need to go talk to the other team." Okay, no problem. So we get on the bench, and said sub is now sitting on the bench with us. Doesn't bother me, not hurting my feelings. It's okay that we're going to skate with him. He's a nice guy. And so we're rolling along, and I don't know at what point we realized it, but some partway through the first period, either the other team said something or something, and we looked at the guy that we had asked, "Hey, if you get okay approval from their team, we don't mind if you skate with us." And we looked at him and said, "Did you ask them?" "Well, no, I thought you guys were going to ask him." "Well, we weren't the ones asking you to sub, you dingbat. You
Yeah.
were asking the sub. It was your job to go do that." So the guy never asked, never stopped in the middle of the game and asked, just continued to
He
play.
continued to play the whole game still after, and
Look at
I
your
was still
attitude.
making yeah, I was still
Like
making digs at
sassy
him.
white girl over there.
I I was still making digs at him like, all right, come on off the ice or just stay out there and sub and don't ask. Like the guy was just not. And he looked at you and me with like the big eyes, like, oh, did I do something wrong? Well, yeah, we told you to ask and you're still playing. Like, and that ruined the whole flow of the lineup too.
I don't know.
You know?
It wasn't like I ruined anything. I just thought
No,
it was
but
comical. It was like, how do you, I don't know.
how do you flub
But
that
I
one?
got in trouble for the same thing. Either like the very next week or like the week before, when you and I had just played in a 40 plus game. And I think we had had a bad game or something. I don't even know what happened. Maybe we played Andy's team. And then Pepper's team was playing afterwards. And Pepper was short.
And
And so he asked if a couple people could
he
sub.
asked me to sub, and then I looked at you, and then
And you
you're
were
like,
like, "You gonna stay?" Yeah.
oh yeah, we
So
broke rule, but
I broke the rule. I broke the rule that I implemented, and so I got an earful from Miss Lindsay Sprints about it because we were playing against their team, and so
yeah,
and I think that was even the game that I think their guy got ejected. Was that the game the guy got ejected
I
for coming
think
after
so.
me?
Yeah, is that the game where you fell down? No, no, no.
That was
We'll
a
we'll
different
talk
one.
about that one later. That's in an
That was a
intro.
fun one.
That's in an intro.
Good intro. Right. So yeah, it's been a little bit since we've been on. Had a lot of stuff going on. We had our good friend. I was gonna title the show "Black Magic Returns," but I didn't want people to be like, "Wait, he's not on the podcast." But our good friend Corey Ward, unfortunately, had his deployment elongated,
Yeah, my
and
droney homie.
yeah, and so, but the good side of that is that the military did send him home for the holidays, so he came home for about 2 weeks, and he was able to come and basically skate a little bit. He had reached out to me when he got back in town and said, "Hey, look, are you going to be skating any? Would love to skate with you guys." And I said, "Yeah, no, we might be there a little bit." And so we put together a semi-private pickup. We basically reached out to the two teams he plays with, the travel guys that traveled this summer with the Zeros, and then we reached out to his house league team, the Griffins, and just asked, "Hey, if we can get about 20 people there, then we can reach out to the rink director, see if they can set up kind of a pickup, not a stick and puck, a open skate time, and basically don't advertise it. We'll fill it. We'll make sure it's full, but don't advertise it. So I had a little private skate. My child now has decided he desperately needs me for something because I guess he's an idiot.
I'll talk about
So
it. That,
hold tight 1 second.
so that private skate, Corey, I know you're listening, was probably one of the most fun skates that I've ever had down here in the Savannah area. It was good to see you, my guy. It was just a good bunch of people. It was the Zeros Travel team.
It wasn't the full roster. We were missing
No,
some
thanks
guys.
a lot, Zach Berlin, for not flying down here, you selfish.
You jerk. We told you all about it. We gave you plenty of notice. It's
We
not like you were
gave you
doing
2
anything over
days.
the holidays.
We gave you a 2-day notice.
Don't try to split hairs about how many days he was given. You had plenty of time to get down here. I can't believe you didn't show. Unbelievable. So no, Rob is still hurt, so Rob couldn't skate. Pete was recovering from
IBS.
the Wuhan flu or something. Pete had everybody got walloped with this flu A stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Like
I got
it wiped
bad.
everybody out. Like right at the. So we had like a little week, maybe week and a half break from hockey right around the holidays, and dude, it hammered half the league. I mean, it was crazy. The week we all came back, which was like the week of New Year's, nobody had full rosters, and everybody had guys that were sick all over the rosters. So apparently, we're not just a beer league; we're also a men's kissing league, I guess, or something. I don't know how we all got sick like that. I didn't get sick, so clearly none of you guys like me enough to kiss me. And that's okay. I'm good with that. So, but you got sick. Pete got sick. Rob got sick.
Brannick got
Nearly died, apparently.
the pneumonia.
The pneumonia.
Mandy has the pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, it's pretty
And I'm
rough,
surprised
so-
you didn't, because you were, and Ponton didn't get it. Like the guys that subbed the most did not get it. You know,
Yeah, the week before the holidays, I skated 7 games in 3 days, picking up with three other teams on top of ours, and so it was.
Wait a second.
Unlike you,
Do we want to talk about your equipment manager thing really quick? I said
let's get the yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
So yeah, we can get to that one too, because that's another good one. Yeah, no, the skate with Corey was a lot of fun.
A blast. Thank you for putting
was-
that together. You and Lindsay, thank you. Lindsay
Yeah.
bought pizzas too.
That's right. Yeah, we snuck some adult beverages in. Lindsay bought a bunch of pizzas. We had
Thank
a
you,
really good time.
Sprences, a
I
lot.
brought my wife with me. It's first. She doesn't come to a lot of games because she's watched plenty of hockey with me, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And so, but she got to drop the puck. If you are friends with my wife on Facebook, if you're not, find me on Facebook, and then you can find my wife. She posted a video. Maybe let's screen grab it. We'll use it as one of the clips. We'll post it on our social medias. But she may or may not have had a glass of wine or two before we made it to the game, and I told her, I said, why don't you drop the puck? She was asking about referees and things. And she goes, okay, yeah. And so she apparently turned and looked at our goalie, Kyler, and asked Kyler, hey, how high do I have to throw the puck up when I drop it? To which Kyler quickly was like, no. You just drop it. You don't throw it up in the air. Well, Packard caught wind of that, as did I. And so we quickly reversed that and went and told Sarah, no, Kyler's just trying to mess you up. You do, in fact, throw it up in the air as high as you can. That way it makes it more difficult for the two guys taking the face off. So we've lost Abdu for a second. He's obviously having some connectivity issues. So as soon as he comes back, we'll get him back in. But yeah, so Sarah tossed the puck up probably 15 feet in the air. The only bad part was he forgot to tell our centerman, Andy, what was going on. So Andy stood in confusion while the rest of us on the ice thought it was quite hilarious. So Abdu looks like he's back. Let's see if we can get him bumped back in. There he
I'm
is.
sorry, I have no idea what happened. Everything was just spinning. So
Yeah, you froze for a second, so it's
Okay.
all good. So yeah, I talked a little bit about. I don't know if you could hear Sarah throwing the puck up
yes,
in the air.
she
I
didn't
said we'll
drop the
post it.
puck.
No,
She
threw
launched it like it
Yeah,
was a t-shirt cannon.
which
so
was hilarious.
That is on Facebook, right? So I can just screen grab that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if not, I can get a hold of it. Get it to you. So we'll post it.
And thank you very much for the white trash. My mom, I brought it over to my mom's.
You want to tell
and-
that story?
Oh
The
yeah,
whole
that's
story?
fine. So I gave you guys cookies because my mom's Corey loves my mom's cookies. You love my mom's cookies. We've for the last 2 trips, I've been bringing them to the tournaments. Um, so we made a special plate for you, and then Sarah brought me a thing called white trash. It is basically like white chocolate with Chex Mix is the best way to describe it, kind of right with pretzels.
It's pretzels like the stick pretzels, peanuts, and M&Ms, and it's white chocolate is what you think it is. It's actually what's called white almond bark is what it is, but it's
White,
yeah,
ironically, it's white.
yeah.
So I said, "Hey, Mom, the Hollands made you some white trash." She goes, "Jeremy, that's not nice." I go, "Mom, it's white trash." My mom, I don't know what was going through her head. She was probably thinking that I was calling like this gift white trash or whatever. I said, "No, Mom, it's called white trash." And she's like, "I don't understand." So, well, that's what they call it down here, Mom. So enjoy it. It's pretty good. Because I ate a whole bunch of it on the way home. It was just a back and forth. My mom thought I was being rude. Like, oh, we give
Calling
them
our
cookies
gift
and they
white
give us
trash.
white trash, So
This gift is so white trash.
it was about a 5 to 10 minute discussion. Like, Mom, no, it's socially acceptable to call it white trash down here
You
because
sent
that's
me
what
a
it is.
yeah, you sent me a text about it. I laughed pretty good.
So, Sprent says, thank you for the pizza. That was great. It was the day after Christmas, so I had my speaker and I played Chris's favorite song. If you want to know what it is, let me know. I'm not going to say what it
Please
is right here.
don't do it.
But I'm playing it, and next thing I know, I totally did not think about this, but
This
Patrick's
was, but hang
family
on. This was post game
post game
with
where
both
everyone's
teams,
socializing and
both
just hanging
teams
out.
hanging out just outside of the rink, table with pizzas, everybody sitting here, and you pump the
Socialize.
speaker sitting on the table next to the pizzas, blasting apparently
Yeah,
Chris's
if
favorite
you
song.
Chris's favorite song. If you guys want to know what it is, let me know. And even Val's like, "Oh, it's Christmas music." She wasn't really picking up on the lyrics, and then I looked, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Packard's family is here." I'm gonna have to switch the song. I switch it to another song that is part of the travel team list. And if you guys don't know what that is, then you're not an avid listener. But you guys understand what was playing on that list. So it was just the whole time was so much fun from playing with Corey and seeing Corey, playing with, I think that was like the second time this year I played with Doug. I love Doug to death. Playing with Lindsay and just a good time.
It was
So really
fun
thank you for
playing
putting that
with.
together.
I haven't been able to play with Pack at all since the summer, so it was fun skating with Pack again. Getting to skate with Val, that was a lot of fun. And so we hadn't seen Pabst in a minute and played with Pabst because he hasn't been playing, so that was a lot of fun too. I think your camera has frozen yet again, as has your mic. Yeah, your whole thing's frozen. I don't know if you can hear me. So Abdu's having some more connectivity issues on his side. It's no worries. We'll keep soldiering on. So
I'm
we
sorry. I
did.
don't know what's
No,
going
there
on.
he is. I got your voice back. There you are. So tell us a little bit about Ponton. Had a hard time staying on his feet a handful of times during the Corey pickup. I don't know what was going on.
Ponton, I really does have an Asian fetish. He's dating an Asian, and he just constantly ran into me. We're on the same team, and we're both forwards, and I am playing left wing. Next thing I know, I got body checked. He fell down because I'm fat, and it's hard to break down like a very sturdy foundation compared to him. And then, okay, that's fine. That's fine. First time is an accident. Like, oops. Next shift, next thing I know, he's playing forward and I'm playing a wing. He hits me again. And I go, that's a second time. Now I'm thinking, all right, this guy's coming after me. And then you and I both said this too. His passes, if they get any harder, that's why you broke your stick. We can talk about that. I know we're going to talk about your broken sticks. But he likes to rifle the passes. And he was rifling them. Let me know that I can't like receive a pass worth a damn, but they're borderline slap shots that don't leave the ice. He had the puck in the corner.
Andy, was that a pass or a shot? Yes.
100%. He had the puck in the corner. Lindsay was playing defense in our offensive zone, her defensive zone. And I told Corey, I go, I'm going to level Ponton. if he has the puck. And keep in mind, he's on our team. So he had the puck in the corner, and I went right after him. He turned himself a little bit, but if he didn't turn, I would have hit him harder. Lindsay was like laughing. She's like, that was hilarious. That was great. Then Corey switches teams because he played with the Griffins the first half, played with the travel team the second half of the skate. And he goes, what position do you want? As we're out there on the ice. And I go, I don't care, Corey. We're going to play ponton hockey. So I skated with Corey right next to him. Like I was trying to get a whiff of his breath.
Chris Holland,
the whole time.
Chris Holland hockey.
Yes. Like I was his shadow. Finally, and I love Corey's laugh. He has that laugh. And then I was literally hooking him the whole time. And I said, we're playing ponton hockey. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving your side. We're playing the whole time. But yeah, that's what makes it fun. You can goof around like that.
No wonder I had a hard time finding Corey to pass the puck to. You were chasing him around the whole time.
Is that a fat joke too? Like I'm so fat, I was blocking him. Like you thought we were a 5-on-4.
Two of my guys have magically merged into one. What's going on over there?
So
one set of hips, 4 legs. What's going on? I can't tell which one is which. Good news is they have a left and right hand stick, so maybe they can, make something
receive one of Ponton's rifles. So
pass back and forth.
Yeah. But yeah, that was so much fun. I'm trying to think what other fun things happen out there. But yeah, if Ponton didn't just shift a little bit, I would have hit him a lot harder, and I wouldn't have cared one bit. And then he was yelling at me like I was the bag. You were on the bench too. He's like, he had some kind of Ponton smart Alec move. Like, hey, what side are you playing? Well, whatever side you went, blah, blah, blah. He was at that when you and I were on the bench, we're watching him play. He went forward to left wing to defense, and he's behind the net just holding the puck. He played like every position. I think he played goalie at that point too. Like he tried to block the shot.
Stood behind Kyler. Get out of the way, Kyler.
I'm commentating like he's forward. No, he's defense. He's goalie. No, he's behind the net. And he's yelling at me because I'm playing my position. Mister, you can't tell him anything. Sorry, Ponton. Maybe I'm just fat and taking up all the ice, but no need to hit me twice.
Oh, man.
And then we played him in the 40-plus league in the B league last week, and he made a pass to his teammate. He was on the opposite team. Didn't even make a pass to him. It was nowhere near him. And I go, Ponton, why aren't you yelling at him? You would have been yelling at me the whole time. Like, you'd still be yelling at me. And it's like 45 minutes after the game.
I'm surprised he didn't turn and yell at you anyways. Where you at, Abdu? I'm not even on your team, man. Why are you yelling at me now? Stupid. Oh, man. So, yeah, that was a fun skate. It was good to see Corey, good to skate with all those guys. And it was probably one of the most, just relaxed, laid back, casual skates. I was hurting bad. I had not skated in a week, and everything was stiff. I had no energy. It was freaking awful. So I'm glad it was a very relaxed skate, because if you would have asked me to skate much harder, I think I would have just cried and got undressed and got off the rink. So it was I don't know that I was gonna be able to do very much. So yeah, that was good fun. Talking about sticks and stuff. So yes, I have. So first off, the equipment manager moniker, I guess I'm going to end up wearing for a while now. So right before the holidays, one of our guys on 40 plus, who's got several nicknames, but I guess we'll leave him alone for right now. Internal nicknames. I don't think he knows that he has any of these nicknames, but he had left his sticks, and Pete and I had gone out to eat after the game. I don't know where. Maybe you went home. I don't remember why you weren't there. I don't know.
Because you guys were playing in another game afterwards. I was not. And I was like, this is the one time I get to go home. I'm so happy I get to leave early.
So Pete and I went to Zunzi's after we got finished playing, ate. And while we were sitting there, we got a text message from one of the guys that said, hey, left my sticks up at the rink. If anybody sees them, would you grab them? So You're
like, what kind of sticks? I don't. He didn't even know what kind of sticks.
What kind of sticks are they? Well, he said like an Easton, and he named a couple of sticks. And I get there, and I'm like, well, I see an Easton, but then one of them was that what is that STX brand? Was the other one, and I was like, so I messaged the group like 30 minutes later. And so Pete and I were at Zunzi's. And I said, I'll go get them. So we got done eating. We walked back up there, and I walked over to where our locker room was. And sure enough, I found 2 sticks. I found the Easton he was describing, but the other stick he had said was like a Warrior or something. I was like, there's not a Warrior here. But there was an SDX stick that had the same like knob tape job. So I messaged back to the group and was like, I don't see a Warrior, but I do see an SDX. He's like, well, maybe that was it. Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, I get the sticks. I bring them to the house. I message like, I got them. We're good. And so the following week we have a game, and you had called me, I think midday or something, and was like, hey, don't forget the sticks. I was like, absolutely. They were sitting in a bucket with my sticks. So all my sticks were sitting together with our guy's sticks. Hopkins is his last name. Hopkins sticks were sitting in mine. So I go to leave, and I don't know why, but I forgot them. Completely forgot them. Left them sitting in the bucket, grabbed my sticks, and just left
I
it.
even sent you a text too. Did you bring
So,
the
but here's the
sticks?
funny part was I walk in the door and you go, hey, did you get my message? And I said, what are you talking about? You go, Hopkins sticks, did you bring them? And I go, crap. So I didn't even see the text message. So good news is we play tonight. I have the sticks. They're laying with my sticks on top of my bag. So if I leave them tonight, I've probably left my entire equipment bag sitting at the house. So it serves me and everybody else right.
And he's
if
a
that happens.
left-hander, so it's very hard for like
And he plays
someone.
with a shorter stick. Whose stick did he end up using? Did he use Shake's stick or did he use like a Wansky stick? Because we have Cooper,
Wansky
who's a
stick would
really
be too
tall guy.
long.
Well, Cooper and a Wansky are both left-handed guys, and their sticks they're like cooch height, so they're way big. So he must have had used like Shake's stick because Shake uses a relatively short stick. He's not a short guy, but so yeah. So that was my bad. So I've had this guy's stick now for going on like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll bring them back tonight. But I think I may have roped him in now to ordering a new stick when we do the custom order sticks.
We want to talk about your broken sticks.
Yeah. So I'm a little frustrated. So I bought all these sticks last season. So it would have been probably a year ago, maybe, I guess, something like that. So they're about a year old, but I haven't been playing. I don't know. I guess I got 2 seasons out of the one stick. Anyways, and I took a slap shot off of the one, and I knew it immediately. It sounded kind of funny when it hit it. When I went to go climb the boards to get back on the ice the next shift, I put weight kind of on the stick like a cane. Not a bunch, but when I did, I noticed I was like, oh, the floor was really springy. And I started skating out and I go, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. And I looked down at my stick and I see a little hairline crack right at the flex point. And I said, oh no. And so I grabbed it and I did this and it went and it just snapped. And I said, all right. So I went back over to the bench and threw it in the bench and grabbed my other stick. Well,
And that was the newest
probably-
stick of your sticks besides the custom stick.
it was the newest one other than the custom. Yeah. So I throw it in the trash can on the bench, whatever. Grab my backup, which is not the custom stick because I screwed that one up and it's got a goofy curve and it's just whatever. So grab my other stick that's a backup, that's a lower model but same brand, and played with it until this past week. I went to go get a puck, and I guess the blade of my stick got wedged into the dashers or something, and I kind of felt it, give, but it didn't break. And so I finished the play, get off the ice, and I go. And same thing. I'm getting ready to get back on the ice, and I look down at my stick. I don't know why I looked down. Maybe I had flipped it over, and I noticed that I can see the lines of my tape, and there's a crease running the opposite direction of the lines of my tape. And I said, "Oh yeah, so that's definitely a broken blade." So sure enough, like a 2-3 inch chunk at the end of the blade had broken. So had to toss it. So now I'm down to my third stick. So I'm starting to run a little thin on sticks. So I'll Warrior, I really like your sticks, but they're not particularly durable, apparently, for slap shot. When a slap shot hits your stick, or when the dasher boards magically grab your blade. So,
Or for a ponton pass, which
or
is
for a
roughly
ponton
around
pass,
95 to.
which is probably what weakened both of those sticks was catching ponton passes. So, so yeah, Warrior, I love your stuff, but it's too expensive to keep buying when it breaks like that. Can't do this. So You want to send me a new stick? That'd be super great.
He'd be forever grateful. Can
I'll
we?
be glad to do a stick review. We'll post it to all of our social medias.
Since
So
you and
yeah, no, I
Rossi
love the
went
sticks though. They are good sticks.
yeah, since you and Rossi went to Zunzi's, can I give a date night update?
You want to tell the whole story of that whole night? Like,
Wow. What do
so
you mean the
even
whole
what you
story?
like what you came back with? Go ahead. You're good. I'll add
All
in
right,
if I need
if
to.
you
You're
want to
good.
fill in, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah. I'll fill in my part.
all right.
So we had. All right. So
It's a
let me.
Rossi date night update.
All right. So we had played a game together, and I had gotten roped into playing the late game. And so you guys left and went and got food, and I said, please bring me back some food, right? So you
Yes,
guys left and went to Zunzi's.
we went to Zunzi's, and so I don't. I just you and I both said we love Zunzi's. Like that's the place to
Good.
go for
It's
early
yeah,
game.
good food. Yep.
Good. So I don't. I've only eaten there a couple of times. Rossi knew what he wanted. You knew what you wanted, and I'm like, go ahead. The person that seated us, she's like, do you guys want to seat by the heater? What do you want to do? I said, oh no, our love will keep us warm tonight. And then she's like, oh, all right. Sit down. Server comes, and they're like, I need a few more minutes. I don't know what I want. She comes back, and then I go, Rossi, you go ahead and order. And he's like, yeah, I'll have the salmon wrap, which is really good. I said to her, and I said to him, I'll get the same thing my boyfriend's getting. And she looked at us and was like, I can't tell if you're fucking with me, if you're being for real. And I go, ma'am, we're Facebook official. And I tapped him on the leg. He turned bright red. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, he came back, he just started laughing, and then she comes back. This happened 3 weeks ago, so I can't tell the story as well as it was like it was fresh. But she's like, so you guys are really things? Yep, we just came out. We're celebrating on our first official date night, and P is just laughing.
First official date night.
And she's like,
Oh
oh,
gosh.
okay, cool. And I mean, I was going on with it for a while, right? She comes back, and I go, yeah, my name is Jeremy, and this is Daddy. She thought I said Danny, and she goes, oh, nice to meet you, Danny. I said, no, Daddy. He is my daddy.
You got to go get the necklace for him that says Daddy and make him wear it the next time we go to Zunzi's.
And then I did fess up. I said, no, only one of us is gay. Can you just tell us which one? And she's like, I really can't tell. I think you both are. So it was just, that was another fun date night with Rossi. And he's a great sport about it too. He's a lot of fun about it. But I told you what I want to do next time we go out. So next time we go out, Pete, you're in for a fun one. But then we come back, we got you a meal, and I walked right to the bench as
Same fish. It was some sort of fish wrap.
salmon fish on a pita with the
Yeah.
chips. By the way,
Yeah.
those chips are dangerous. Like I'm not Holland. I bought you that meal, or me and Pete both bought. No, I bought it for you. On the way home, I'm eating some of those chips because those chips are great. So if you were short a few chips, it's because I ate them.
It's okay.
You're like right after your shift. I'm walking like I am your Uber Eats. I walked up onto
Mm-hmm.
the bench in front of everybody. I go, here you go, and you're just like, oh yeah. And I think like literally you're ready for a date night with me and Pete because you ate that thing in one bite. Like that wrap went down in one bite. I
It
think
wasn't
you may
one
have,
full
like,
bite, but I ate half of it, hopped on the ice, took a shift, came back, ate the other half. The guys on the bench are looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? How are you eating that? They're like, we'd be throwing up. I said, I'm pretty sure at this point, this was game number 7
yes.
for that week, I believe. And I said, I am pretty sure that my body is just rapidly processing whatever I'm putting into it. I don't think it's going to be thrown up because I think it's being digested by the time it's chewed up. Like it was in the system, and like it wasn't coming out but one direction. I'll just say that.
Yep. And the
Wasn't coming
direction
back
was
out of my
down
mouth.
and not forward. Yeah. Yes.
Down, not up. Yeah. So
Although I'll tell you what, man, that week, that was like the week after that, a lot of us had some IBS going on. Like,
that was the week that Pete had the IBS.
yes.
That whole week, that was probably the day that he had it. because that was a Thursday, and he had the kids stuff, and he had to move his gear over to our side for our game and all. He's like, "Give
Yep.
me a minute, I got to poo."
Yeah. And then at one point it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "I'm on poo number 4," and I'm like, "Dude, it's Monday, and I'm on poo number 1. Like, you've hit my PR in 4 days." So, and then it turned into the group chat, and Cooch, he hasn't been showing up to the games because he's still injured. He's coming back soon. Can't wait for that. But Cooch isn't into the, like, what are these guys talking about? Because he's not in the locker room. So he's getting texts about IBS, and he's like, "You guys are weird." Like, he's like, "What's wrong with you guys?"
I mean, I'll
Talking
be
about
honest with
duty.
you. Even if you're in the locker room, it's still a weird conversation to be having with your
Yeah,
friend.
it is. It is. And then I got
Oh,
sick Christmas, and I didn't have the duties until 2 days, 3 days after, 2 days after the Corey skate. So something, maybe there's a parasite on the bench, and it just got me because I had to hurry up, and I was afraid to fly to Chicago. I even told you because I have a phobia of pooping in public places, and I was thinking, man, I'm just gonna have the hurry ups on the plane,
on the
and
plane.
I'm gonna be that guy that destroyed the plane with, like, they have to take an emergency landing because there's dookie everywhere. I was afraid I wasn't gonna make it to Matt Rife, and I was gonna be in the can the whole time. I was just getting paranoid, and then I was thinking, well, I'm bundled up for the Winter Classic. I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to take layers and layers, and then, like, if anyone's been to the Wrigley Field stalls, that is one place you don't want to poop. Like, it's scary to poop there. I brought a paper bag. Like, I brought a Publix paper bag with handles just in case. So, and I even took like a couple vomit bags from the airplane, just in case I had to duty somewhere. But by the grace of God, amen, I did not have any duties. I made it all into the hotel bathroom. I did tell you at one point, like, I was wiping so much I thought I had a miscarriage. Like, I was like just really raw, and it was tough. But I survived it, and thank you again, Mandy, for a great trip to Chicago. Like, my sister got my brother-in-law and I Matt Rife tickets in Chicago, and then the day after we went to the Winter Classic, which was awesome. Had a blast. And I'm not saying I did it, but I have a few pictures of people that posted some dump and skate stickers around Chicago, which that will be in a post later. So
So
we're getting
Chicago,
worldwide.
hang on, here we go. Chicago friends, if you find a dump and skate sticker and you can post a picture of your face with the dump and skate sticker, we'll send you a sticker.
I'll send you $50. I'll send you $50 if you can,
We'll send
if
you
you can
50
actually.
bucks. I'll just
Yeah,
send you a
if you
sticker. You can ask Kelly Seymour. If we say we're going to send something, we'll send it.
Yeah, it might take 6 or 7 months, but
Just for her to be ungrateful about them. She's not going to listen to this
see,
either. So it's not like she's
actually,
going to hear this.
you know what she did say. I talked to her last week. She said she has the stickers. I think she did a tournament this weekend that she was gonna post them somewhere. I don't know. She said that she was gonna find the perfect spot. So
Back of a
wherever
toilet.
that is, ski lift. A ski lift would be good. She's doing
Yeah,
a
that'd
lot
be
of
fun.
skiing.
Yeah, she is. I've seen her. Must be
So
nice. Still waiting on that Christmas card.
I'll, I'll just give you mine,
Just
and
send you yours.
I'll cross
Thanks,
off Abdul, right?
Kel.
Hollinsworth. I'll write Jeremy Hollinsworth on it, or
Hollinsworth.
Hollington.
Hollington's worth. Like Paddington the bear here, apparently. Good grief. So good trip
What
back to
else?
Chicago.
It was great, and I love the weather there. The Winter Classic, man, Mandy really spoiled me this Christmas. We had 11th row, so we were right in. If you're watching the game, we were in the corner to the left, and we were 9 rows out from where the Blackhawks walked out of the dugout. Like, we could feel the heat off of them when they walked in and out in between periods. We were a little too close just because for a baseball game it was perfect because it's designed to be like eye
Yeah,
level.
but you're too low. You're too low,
We
so
were
you
too
can't
low.
see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it rained the whole day, the whole morning, and then at the end, in the middle of the first period, it stopped, and we were dry by the second period.
Good.
The problem is these people that were ahead of us, they don't know how to watch hockey, and they were freezing, so they were standing up the whole time. If you just sat down, you would have been a lot warmer. And Mandy's 5'1", so she can't see anything, so she's watching all over the place. Finally, after the third period, when the Hawks were down 20-3 or something like that, everyone kind of lost interest. So everyone was sitting down. So once everyone was sitting down, it was really cool because you can see a lot more of the game. A lot of Blues fans there. St. Louis is only 6 hours away from Wrigley Field, but a lot of obnoxious Blues fans, which is fine. That's all right. But I saw that it was like the lowest rating for Winter
I saw you
Classic of
post
all of
that. That
them.
was bad. You think that was because
It
of the
was less
quality
than
of
a
the?
milli.
You think that was because of the teams playing?
100%. These two teams have already played in the Winter Classic against each other, so it's like it's a repeat. It's a repeat. Well,
Did you
spread it
was
out a
that a
little bit.
spoof announcement or was that a legit announcement, the one down in Florida?
I think it was a spoof, but I think it's going to happen. Like I think it was a premature announcement.
That's
I
gonna
know that they were
be
talking a
it's gonna be a
mess.
logistical mess. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna accomplish that.
They did one in Los Angeles. It was like 60 degrees.
That
I
that's
feel like the
that's
win. Yeah,
I don't know. Los Angeles can
that's
get
too.
cool. I don't. Good luck in Florida. You don't get cold weather in Florida. Maybe the
I feel like
government can
Winter
do some of their
Classics.
like cloud popping stuff again and like put some fog down there or whatever they were doing, and
Yeah, I feel like Winter Classics need to be in cold weather because that's where
I
every
mean, bring a
NHL
warm
player.
weather team up to play in the cold weather if you want to.
Right, right, right.
I
But it
mean, I
needs
guess
the
I
setting
get
needs
what
to be
they're.
in a cold area.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get what they're trying to do, but I don't know. That's
Well,
crazy. I think it'd be
more
really
often
cool to
than
do
not.
it at like a legit ODR, like a legit like
Yeah,
bring in
or
bleachers, like go to the suburbs where there's an actual outdoor rink and bring in like 10,000 seats worth of bleachers or something. I know that's probably a security thing and all that sort of stuff, but that would be cool. Like that'd be really
yeah.
neat.
Again, the reason like more often than not, half more than half the guys that played that are playing in the NHL right now, their fondest memory is playing outside as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's why I say like you don't hear many people. Oh, I remember playing outside in Florida. No, just keep it in a cold area. They tried to do one in Salt Lake with no crowd around, which was really weird. That kind of took the atmosphere away. I don't know. I like it in the cold areas where there's snow, all of that. So
Yeah.
hopefully they do it right. But yeah, I think it's because, and I get why they had Chicago Connor Bedard. He's their selling gimmick right now.
Yep.
But man, he even said on the new in an interview, he's like, these guys spent a lot of money just for us to lay a goose egg. Just lay an
Yeah.
egg, not play and not score. It was 6-2. So Mandy and I have a superstition every game that we go to. Mandy walks into the stadium backwards. The last two games, she did not, and that's why they lost. And at one point when it was like 4-0 or 4-1, I go, man, it's because you didn't walk in backwards. And she slapped the crap out of me. She's like, why didn't you remind me? I'm like, oh, it's my
Oh,
fault.
great. It's your
But
fault. Yeah. I got to think for
but
you and walk for you, Mandy. Come on. What the heck?
a hot chocolate and a glizzy at the Winter Classic,
$55 later.
$29. Yeah,
Yeah.
29. But the hot chocolate, you get a souvenir cup, which I don't even drink coffee, so it was just if I did if I'd chew it, I'd use it as a spitter cup. But
Yeah.
yeah, a hot dog with
You
nothing
said
on it.
your you said your brother-in-law looked like a high roller though, because he spent like $275,000 because he got two beers and a hot dog, right?
So let me think of what he. So the very first thing he got a beer and chicken tendies with fries, which were really good because I had a couple of his fries. Then he got
So
another beer.
are they ballpark chicken tenders?
Yeah,
Or is it like a
you know,
restaurant comes in and does them?
No, Bob. He just we were so hungry. He went to the first, and it was such a pain in the butt to get to our seats because it was crowded and there was no anyone directing traffic. It was just like everyone going the same way, everyone going the opposite way, running into each other. We were worried if we were going to get to our seats on time. So he was just wanting to get whatever, like the first stop he got. So he got chicken tenders and a beer. Then he got nachos and another beer. Then he got a hot chocolate and something else. He ended up spending close to $100. But the guy is skinny as crap, and he ate like pretty much everything there. So it was good to. I ran into a couple people. Actually wanted to run into a lot more people than I was able to. But getting to our seats, it's just a madhouse. So I was only able to run into Dane.
Quick trip up and back. That's tough. I know you got a lot of people you want to try to see. And you're only on the ground for 48 hours, and of that, you're going to two different things on two different days. So there's really not a ton of downtime for you. So yeah, yeah. So good trip. That's fun. You got there and back without having to have a diaper on. That's always a good.
No,
good thing.
but I wish I had a diaper that I could have put over my ears because I sat next to a crying baby the whole 2-hour trip. I sent you a video of
don't
it.
run off. Don't run off the mom fan base we currently have. Okay, we don't. Moms, we're not anti babies. Okay, Abdu is
No,
is
no,
not
no. Well,
well.
there's a quick story behind that. As we're waiting to get on the plane, I go, Mandy, you're going to sit next to that kid. I was just making a joke. Well, you know what? Fuck me because I sat next to the kid. I actually fell asleep, and I can never fall asleep on planes. I fell asleep because I was so tired. The baby slapped me in the face. The baby slapped me in the face and woke me up. I think that's where I got sick again. So, but look, I did feel bad for the kid because the kid was 1 year old. She said, and kids' ears are probably popping, and he doesn't know what's going on, just miserable and everything. So. That's where you just give him Benadryl, the whole bottle, and NyQuil, the whole bottle. Not on an overdose by any means, just to knock him out so he sleeps.
Tune back in next week for more parenting tips by Jeremy Abdu and the Dumb and Scared podcast. Holy crap! So, we've had an interesting week with Pete and Andy getting confused for one another. That was comical.
Yes.
So Pete was skating with us in 40 plus, and aside from the height difference, which they're not. Pete is not abnormally small, and Andy is not abnormally tall, but Pete is shorter, and Andy, I would say, is an average height guy. So they don't look like the same guy.
They don't skate like
They
the
don't
same
look like
guy.
the
They
game
are
guys.
two different. It's
Very,
like
very
Abdu
different.
and it's like Abdu and Hollington's Worth. Two different there's nothing similar to the way we skate. Although there are some similarities this season. You've been mouthier, which every time you yell at somebody, I kind of get a tear, I get a little my proud dad moment. All right. I when you yell at somebody, even if you yell at me, I laugh.
To be fair, I'm not yelling at other teams. I'm yelling typically at our own players.
Yes, and if this proud dad moment, I was so happy when you do it, and I laugh. I think it's great. But Ponton was subbing for us, and John McElandra, or Mekaleka High, as we call him.
No, Ponton was not subbing for us. John was subbing.
Yeah,
for
because
us.
John. I'm sorry, John
Andy-
was no
John was
Ponton.
subbing
Ponton
for
was
us.
subbing with us too, and he goes, "Did Rossi get?" Well, then Ponton was on the other team because John goes, "Did Rossi
Ponton.
get plastic surgery?"
He said,
"Did Rossi?"
Ponton? No, he accused Pete of being Andy.
Okay, I thought it was the other way. I thought he said,
Didn't he?
Did Ponton? I thought he said, did Ponton? No, you're right. He said, did Rossi get plastic surgery? And I go, who are you talking about? He's like, he looks completely different out there. And I go, yeah, because Ponton was on our team with us or playing against us. Either way, he was out there playing on the ice when we were. And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, that guy right there. because that's when Ponton had the Zeros helmet and gloves, and he thought it was Rossi.
Yeah.
And I go, "What are you talking about? That right there, is that Rossi?" And I go, "Oh, this is such good content. This is great. This is great." And I go,
It
"No,
was
it's not."
so he thought, wait a minute. So I remember this. I remember this. So he thought Pete was Andy, is what it was,
Yes.
because the only guy I could think of that remotely looked like Andy just because he's bald is Cooper. And I was like, is he
Right.
talking about Cooper? And he goes, no,
Right.
the other guy. And I said, what guy are you talking about? And that's when he pointed out Pete. And I was like, no, what are you talking about? Oh, man. So
And that built
Mecca
up
Lecca
like
High, Mecca Hiney Hiney Ho.
that. Just
You were
that turned into a huge snowball because I told Rossi, and
so
Rossi's
that
like,
was right after the when we went to Hitch, and the guy that I knew was like, none of you guys are as
"Oh,
good as
that's
Raddick.
right."
And so Pete went down the wormhole of all of that stuff and everything. And we've got a gift for you, Pete. We didn't want to give it to you before Christmas and ruin your Christmas potentially. But I think we're gonna
Next
give it to you
week we'll
'cause
give it to you
we
next
should.
week.
It
It was
at
too
this point,
soon. At one point, we were like, it was too
yeah,
soon to give to him. We got you
we
something,
didn't
Pete.
want to. We didn't want to send you back down a wormhole, but we got you something that you'll probably use as a fire starter when you give it to you. But we think
And if you're gonna go WWE and hit somebody with it, it was not
no,
my idea.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, break it over your knee or something.
Yeah, no, I'll break it over Ponton.
Your twin, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, and then it turned around like everyone's like, they look nothing alike. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
So I don't know what's going on with John. John apparently, I don't know. I don't know what he was looking at.
Well, even like the next game, Ponton was with us, and I go, Rossi, pass me the puck. Everybody's looking around.
Apparently somebody said something to him about it in A League, and they got together in the locker room. Like, what are these people talking about? And Pete was like, I don't know. We're similar, like stature. Like they're both stockier guys. And I was like, I mean, I don't even know that I would look at that and confuse you guys for one another. Not that they're massively
I
different.
figured it out. I cracked the code.
Okay.
It's their units, both the same size. Ponton, we got to see your bicycle pump. That could throw everybody off. That could throw everybody off. I need a side by side. I need a side by side.
I just put my finger in something on my table that looked like glitter and then smeared like duty. So I don't know what the heck it is.
Oh, you're like a legit unicorn pooping out glitter.
I don't know.
Welcome to the dumping glitter. That's disgusting. That's
so
gross.
weird.
Like,
That's
clean your
so-
house, for crying out loud. Clean your
It's
house.
sitting right next to my computer where our decorations and stuff were at. I'm assuming a kid ate
my
some
gosh.
chocolate or something over here, or pooped on the
Okay,
table.
chocolate. Chocolate glitter.
Yikes, boys
Okay,
and
Holland,
girls.
go with that. So it's white trash
Kinda
glitter.
weird.
That's what it is.
This is brown. So,
So,
anyways,
yeah, we got a gift for you, Pete. We'll explain it to you in person. So, yeah, but that whole Pete and Ponton thing that carried on to like for a good couple of weeks. That was a lot of fun
Oh, yeah.
too.
still going. I would say.
It really is. It really is. What was I gonna say? I forgot. I was gonna say something stupid, relevant to the story. So, what's going on there?
Oh, my dog is a foot and a half away from me
Pooping out
talking
glitter.
to me
It's pooping out glitter on the table.
on the table. Oh man. So, all right. This has been a good pod. Sorry it took so long for us to get back to you guys out there. We'll try to do a little bit better about getting them more regularly up and running. And yeah, we got some good content coming soon. We got some guests. We got to get back on the guest trail. We had some people that wanted to be on.
Yeah. If
kinda
anyone
ran out of-
has any guests or any ideas, we're open to ideas.
We have guests. We've just got to go back and look at the people that had said they wanted to get on. we got guests. Hey, if any of you guys have any guests, you want to? No, we.
Well, I
have
don't know.
guests that wanna-
Shut up, Holland. You know what?
I'm the podcast scheduler. Not really. I mean, yes, I am. I can't remember who's doing what.
You want to sign mini
This
stick? You want to sign mini
this
stick?
this flu and IBS thing has got me dying over here. So, anyways, guys, thanks for listening. We will, yeah, we'll see you next time. Love you guys. See ya. Peace.
Bye.
Can't find the mouse. There it is.